Hi, AP Stat students. This is a quick lesson on how to use your calculator. The first two problems we're going to look at here are a combination problem. We're going to do 5, choose 1, and 10, choose 2. And then I'm going to make sure we know how to do a binomial CDF on our calculator as well. So when we say 5, choose 1, what we're saying is if I have a sample size of 5, how many different ways are there to choose one of those items of the 5? And so it makes sense. You're like, well, if you're only choosing one, there should be 5 different ways. Let's see if the calculator agrees with that. So what we're going to do to do 5, choose 1, or to think about another way of writing it would look like this, we said, was the big C and then 5, choose 1. We're going to go on our calculator to the math button, over to PRB, and down to the combination, NCR. Now, when you hit enter, do you notice how the calculator put ants here? We don't want it to be ants, we want it to be 5. So just type 5 and it'll replace ants with that. If you needed to type in 55, you could type 55, but it's gonna get rid of the CR there. So if that's the case, you could just press the button again. So I'm gonna press my 5, math, over to PRB and down to NCR. So enter and it puts it up there. If I know ahead of time what number is going to be here, I type that in first and then do the math thing. And now choose 1, hit enter, and the calculator gives me 5, which is exactly what I wanted it to be. Let's do it 10, choose 2. So now this time I'm going to be a little bit more clever. I know it's going to be 10, and I'm going to choose 2. So I go to math, over to PRB, and down to NCR at 10, and I'm choosing 2. That's what that NCR stands for. I have 10 in my sample. How many different ways are there to get 2 successes? Hit enter, and there are 45 different ways that you could choose 2 items from 10. So if there were 10 people in the class and I want to choose 2 of you, there are 45 different ways to choose 2 people from a 10-person class. That's what those answers mean. So if you're doing other problems by hand where it requires you to use the binomial probability formula, that's how you do the 5, choose 1, the 10, choose 2. For binomial CDF and binomial PDF, it's very similar to the normal distribution where we hit second vars. The only difference is this time I'm scrolling like way down. Binom PDF, and then here's my binom CDF. Depending on your calculator, it's either going to be an A or a B. I'm choosing binom CDF, hit enter, and it expects me to type in N, 10, P, the probability of success, and then K, which is 3. And so if I type that in, my answer would be 0.879. Now notice, in both of these cases, the calculator does most of the work for us, which means there's going to be an emphasis placed on thinking about what is N, what is P, and what is K, identifying them from the problem, and then typing them in because the calculator is going to let you do those for you. Even up here with the 5, choose 1, 10, choose 2, the hard part is figuring out what is the total number of trials, how many am I choosing, and then the rest of the formula, success and failure. Hopefully this helped you figure out how to use your calculator. For any of the homework problems tonight, you're able to use this binom CDF. Remember, if it's multiple choice, you can use binom PDF. If it's free response, you would want to use the formula that involves this process.